Hey everyone, and welcome to another installment of Tom's World. We are once again in far northeast Philly, and once again here at Benjamin Rush State Park. Right now it's a little loud right here because we're out close to the boulevard, and there's a reason why I wanted to start out here. There was an old road that used to go through here called Burling Road, back during the days of Byberry and beyond, up until sometime in the early 2000s. We'll say 2006 to 2010, somewhere in there. And they destroyed that road to make way for the new roads that are here in Benjamin Rush State Park. And there's another reason why we're going to be taking this trek. There used to be an old farmhouse down towards the end of this road where there used to be an old man who lived there who would always try to chase people off the streets, well, the street, I should say, Burling Road. And he would also call the cops on him, stuff like that. And I have found what's left of that farmhouse. So that's the last thing we're going to check out. But until then, we're going to go down this road here, well, what's left of this road. So as I mentioned, we're out here near the boulevard, and you can actually see where this road was. There was like two little roads coming in that joined into one, and that would be where one of them was, and that would be where the other one was. My guess is this was the way in, this was the way out, because it was a two-lane street. One lane one way, one lane the other way. So you would come in from here, and then make your way down the road, which no longer really exists. I mean, maybe it's here underneath the dirt. I know in certain places you were able to see it, along with another road that used to go along here, which I did not find the name for, but it was a secondary road that went around over by the maintenance guy's house, or the superintendent as they called him, and then it came off of this road actually. So as you can see, it's very, very thick here. I'm probably just going to go around and pick it up from the other side there. All right, so we are now on the other side of all those weeds. You can see the fence down there, hopefully you can. And basically this road was just a straightaway from here all the way down to the road that leads to the Flyers field, because part of that road was actually Burling Road, and I can show you that on a map. So basically this was a straightaway right from where I am, right down that way. And now when I looked, oddly enough, when I looked on Google Maps, in 2022, you could barely see any remnants of the road. However, in 2024, you could see the road. You could see where the grass has worn down. So I gotta wonder, is that cement top road that used to be here, is that still under the grass? I don't know. I don't know if we can find out. I can't really start digging it up, but it makes you wonder. So we are going on a straight path the way the road went, and we'll go a little ways up this way and see if we can see any signs of that. So we're here at this sign that's like on the other side of the culvert, and we are still heading in a straight path the way that the road took. Now here on foot, you obviously can't tell here that the road went straight through this way, but it did. And we're going to drive down past all this, and we're going to see if we can see it over at the garden, because the road actually ran to the right side from where we are right now, to the right side of the garden, the side with the bathroom on it, right in front of the fence line. And that's where I could really see it on Google Maps 2024. So before we get over there, here in the first parking lot, you can see where the wooded line starts right there. Just beyond that, I believe, is where that secondary road came off of Burling Road. And this would be used by for multiple purposes, one of which was the superintendent's house, which I did do a video and show you what was left of that. Basically like the basement foundation. And that is off to the right over here, right in those woods right over there on the other side of the road. All right, so here we are on the other side of those weeds, lined up perfectly with where we left off when we were looking down where the road was. And I know that because I was still using Google Maps, and you can kind of see it here, actually. If you back up and look at it, and I'm trying not to get the sun in there so you can see it. So just off the middle of your screen right there, just slightly off to the left, you could see where there's like kind of an undergrowth compared to the rest of it. But if I turn around and the gardens are right behind me, you can indeed see where the grass is like a slightly different color, even though all the grass here is changing right now, but you can see it. So if you look straight down between the tree line and the telephone poles, you can see where the grass is more yellow on the left than it is on the right. And by the way, this grass is a pain in the butt to cut, but that's a whole nother story. So if you look straight down from where we are, and you could see a road in the distance, maybe you can, maybe you can't. That's the road that leads down around to the Flyers field. But I can definitely see a difference in the grass here, and I never noticed it before. Strange, for as many times as I've been here mowing. And so now the next stop is going to be the other side of this garden. So now here we are at the other side of the garden, and here I think you could see it more apparent, at least with the naked eye. Hopefully it comes through on the video. You could see more apparent the width of the 2-lane road that used to come through here. So I do got to wonder if that road is still underneath all this dirt. We're probably never going to know, because you're not really allowed to dig up things in a state park, even if you work here and you know, and you're not on the clock and stuff. But lined up almost perfectly with it behind me is the road that is currently here. Now this actually kept going straight. Now this one curves to the right, as you can see by the fence way down there. But the Burling Road used to go straight down towards where that freed slave burial ground is that I did a video about before. And then I believe it went towards the left and then dumped out onto Richlieu Road after you crossed over the Richlieu Road bridge, which is no longer used for vehicles, but has been restored, as well as the bridge that leads out of these woods onto Old Lincoln Highway. And the main attraction as to what we are here for lies just off to the left here. So if you come down this road, and then you'll see a trail, a little gravel trail that goes off to the left, and you'll see another little kiosk, and here's that kiosk, and again there's the road. So if you come over here and you go up this little gravel trail, you'll come to this larger tree on the right. Now, keeping in mind, people used to drag race on this road because it was a nice straightaway road from the boulevard all the way down to here. People would come back with their, guys would come back with their girlfriends and stuff like that. And then there was a gentleman who lived right over here, and he had what was described as a farmhouse. And people do remember there being like a lot of corn and stuff being grown around here. And this is, of course, after Byberry was no longer functioning on this side of the boulevard. Byberry, for those of you who aren't from the area, is also known as Philadelphia State Hospital. And just beyond here lies what's left of that house that old crotchety man lived in. So we're going to go in and we're going to check it out. Very overgrown, as you can see. But just around the second really big tree, you'll see what's left of said man's house. Now, if anybody remembers what that guy's name was, feel free to put that in the comments, as I would not know, because this was around in the 1970s or so, and well, I was born in 75. So you could just barely see that road, what was Burling Road, through the trees there. And down here, all these stones, yeah, well, that's the foundation of that man's house. Don't believe me? Well, let's get a closer look. We'll go to the other side over there and check out that little wall. So here's a closer look at that wall. You can definitely tell this was constructed, and this was definitely a foundation of some kind. And you can even see a little metal beam over here, which I didn't notice last time, and a substantial hole right there underneath it. And there are a lot of stones here, which I'm sure were the walls of the house. And going through a lot of thorns right now. Some dips and stuff. But then here's the far end of the house. So this is the portion of the house. There we go. Had to get the sun out of there. This is the portion of the house that actually faced the road. And again, there's another steel beam right there underneath the rocks. So yeah, this was definitely a building of some kind. And when I look back into the historical aerials, I only see one building here. Oh, look at that, bricks right there. I wonder if that was the fireplace. Of course, not underneath it, but on top of it. Huh. Oh, got caught up on a branch. There we go. Yeah, that could have very well have been the fireplace. I don't know exactly where his front door would have been. There was a road coming in, but I can't, for the life of me right now, remember what side the road was on. I want to say it was like behind it over here. So we might actually be at the back of the house, and it went long ways this way, like in the direction we're facing. And the road is just off to the right. You can even see the path we took in. Well, if the sun wasn't in the way. I don't want to blind you all with the sun. Even this looks like a piece of marble or a piece of quartz right here, which I can't say I've seen either in this park anywhere. And it's hard to tell exactly where it ended this way, because there is a lot of buildup from the time. I can see I almost fell there. I think I could see some stones off in that direction, but it's hard to tell exactly where it ends. But how cool is this? So everybody that's watching this video right now, if you were one of those who back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, maybe even 80s, because keeping in mind this road, the original Burling Road, was there up until like 2010. I'm sure they had it closed off. I don't really remember because I didn't pay attention to it driving by it. But if any of you do remember this man, please put a comment down, let me know. You know, maybe share some stories of him that you might have. There was some other stuff that I found in here as I was coming through the woods with a couple of our rangers, and we had to cover up some holes for the junior hunt that we just had, and I'm not able to find it. It was kind of similar to what we just saw, only it was smaller, and it can't be too far off right now. So because I did see that there was like what looked like little structures near the farmhouse, but I remember when we came across it, I got quite excited. I was like, what is this? What is this? And somewhere out there, there's like a manhole. Again, not able to find it right now. If I had more time in here today, I could go searching for it all, but that'll have to wait for another video, as I'm short on time. Today is the day we turn the clocks back, and well, I don't have too much time, as you can tell by the position of the sun, before they come by and close it up. I know it was somewhere around here, which again, we're not too far from where the foundation is for the farmhouse. I mean, maybe it was like a little shed that he had. Garage, maybe. It wasn't really big. It was rectangle shaped as well. But it, I just can't find it. And while I was searching around here last week, trying to make sure I could find my way back to this place, I did find all kinds of things back here that could be from the house. There's like a piece of a toilet around here somewhere. There's some random barrels, like metal barrels, pieces of them. Nothing really much to speak of, but it's still very interesting, you know. Like here I thought that all of my videos were done for Benjamin Rush State Park, and well, I found some new stuff like this, some random pieces of siding. And there's that piece of toilet that I was talking about. It's basically just the bowl and the base. The tank is gone, but that could very well be from that farmhouse. So how about that? All these little hidden gems in this tiny state park, the only state park in the city of Philadelphia, and they lie there hidden, and people just never even thought to look for them, even people that remember this place as it was. And I have to say that I thoroughly enjoy looking for these. I enjoy finding all this stuff and being able to show it to all of you. I mean, it's pieces of the past. So now my mother, I love my mom. Everybody loves their mom. I do love my mom. She is always, after seeing videos of mine, she is always looking up for anything she could find that has to do with the history of somewhere that I was or anything like that. This time, she actually contacted me and asked me to, to tell her what my next video was going to be, and I told her about this. This actually spurred her to find out a lot of stuff about the old Benjamin Rush house, where Benjamin Rush was born over on Keswick Road. Now, I did a video about that, of course, but there's more to the story, and it was supposed to be tied to the land that is owned by Benjamin Rush State Park. That's for another video in the future. I have to talk to some people about that. I have to get some facts and some suggestions and stuff like that. But yeah, it was definitely tied to here, to its possible future. And as far as I know, it's still floating in the air. Oh yeah, the Benjamin Rush house is not necessarily completely gone forever. But again, that's for videos in the future. So once again, thank you for coming on yet another adventure. You know, just when you think you found everything in an area, you get surprised and you find out, no, there's more. So thank you for coming along. Hopefully you enjoyed this adventure. Hopefully it brought back some memories for those of you who used to drag race up and down this street, or come back here with your girlfriends, or whatever the case was. And give this video a big thumbs up. As always, if you have not done so yet, please hit that subscribe button. Once you do that, hit the notification bell. That way you'll be sure to be notified when I upload new videos, or when I go live, which is usually on Mondays. I've been flaking out on a little bit of the Mondays here and there lately, but I'm definitely going to be doing one tomorrow, which would be the day that this video comes out. So feel free to join us. Give suggestions of places to go, maybe talk about this place, talk about your experiences here, anything you would like. It's just a regular hangout and we all just talk. Also, check out my merch shop. The link for that is in the description of this video. Go see all the different merchandise there is for Tom's World. Get yourself some Tom's World gear. And I guess that's it. So I am out of here. I will see you all in the next one. Make sure you stay safe, stay healthy, and take care.